All right, welcome back. So as you can see, I got something super dope, throwback, special planned for y'all today. So I don't know if y'all remember a while ago, I was reached out to by the Walls team. They sent me a care package and said, hey, we want you to review some of our flagship clippers and some new clippers we have and tell us your honest opinion. I did that. They reached back out and said, hey, we want to update. It's been about a year. So tell us how the clippers are doing. Can you do something creative for us to see how the clippers are holding up? The quality of the blade, the diamond like carbon blade, the motor, the battery. And I said, sure. So this is how we're here. So I had the perfect idea. Man, I've been wanting to do an old school cut on camera for a while, something that's traditional in the black community, a nice 1980s and 90s high top with a bit of artistic flair, but I want to add that 2025 style. Because of the angles, that is a cut that requires a clipper with a sharp blade for the precision angles. I had a lot of little angles in that cut as you've seen, so that was a perfect test to put the Wahl Magic Clip through. I did both of them. Actually, I did that shaping with the gold Magic Clip, but we'll get to that when it's time. We're doing the drop fade, so I'll show you how to prep for a cut like that. So my son is getting a drop fade. Whenever you're doing a drop fade for a cut like that, you gotta start really low because to execute that, you're gonna need as much hair on the side as you can, but you also wanna give a nice, smooth transition to drop. So what I'll do is I'll start that primary line low. I'm using the Wahl High Vis, love that trimmer. I think it has a 1.6-inch blade on it, so a lot of range. And then I'll get the primary line started. So I do a two-line method, the primary line and secondary line. The primary line separates the light hair from the dark hair. The secondary line separates the dark hair from the light hair. So that way, when I combine those two sections, it'll give a nice, smooth transition. So after I put that primary line in, I put the secondary line in with my black Magic Clip. Love the clipper, very smooth, quiet motor, great runtime. So it allows me to work. And also, what I what I really love about it is they don't get hot. If you notice, I'm only going to use two clippers for this haircut, the gold and the black Magic Clip. I think this haircut took me about an hour and 10, an hour and 15 minutes, a lot of the shaping. And it makes it so much easier when the clipper doesn't get hot. And also the blade up top doesn't get hot. So when I'm cutting my son's hair and you're cutting any child's hair, you don't burn their skin. They still have sensitive skin at this age. So what I'm doing now is I'm blending or combining that primary section. I'm taking that primary line and I'm fading it out. That's what you just saw me do. So what I'm doing here is I'm taking my 1.5. Again, this is very crucial because my son's hair is already lighter on the sides. So I'm gonna need as much of it as I can. So I'm gonna debulk very low with the 1.5. If you notice, I'm not going as high as I usually would on that debulk. I'm really just targeting that line. Another thing I want to point out, anybody in the barber industry know probably the greatest 1.5 on the market universal clipper is easily the Wahl's 1.5. Usually the old school one that was my favorite was the one that was in white, but I'm pretty sure the color just changed, but I just always had a thing for that white 1.5 guard. I'm pretty sure y'all can agree. So I debulk with the 1.5, and as you see right there, I'm attacking. That is the secondary line to combine this fade. Now, I'm using the 1 guard. It's not going to take this line away, but I am going to debulk it, make it very light and very thin. You know, my method is the lighter the area, the easier it is to fade. So if you look at my offhand, where my thumb is and where my 4 fingers are, as go back to my last video for context on that, what you do, you see me stretching the skin because I need to create a larger workspace because I'm not debulking or fading as high. So I need to make that as high as possible. If you look at my son's parietal ridge right there, his bone protrudes on the side. So it looks like his hair is thinner, but really the bone on the side of his head is sticking out. So I really need to leave that hair super thick just to match that. So that way when I do that, the high top at the end or start to do my design, it'll blend in smoothly. So after I debulk, I forgot I did throw the vapor in here. I love the vapor. Beautiful motor, super silent, super smooth, very sharp blade. So sometimes when I want to do some of my faster work, I whip out my vapor because it's easier to transition. And right here you see me using the 1/16 guard, the half guard, just for extra debulking. Usually I don't debulk with the 1/16 because I don't need to. But because I'm debulking low, I need to make sure this is super fine so that I don't have to fade higher. Now look, right, I want to really pause and show you something. Do you see all of that was just debulking? 1.5, 1/16. What that did was now when I want to transition and blend all this together, it'll be a super easy process. And again, I only use 2 clippers for this, and I use the second one, which is this one right here, just because. Love the blade, still running sharp, still running smooth. And I was gonna wait till I got to the high top shaping part to talk about it, but because these clippers are so light, it maneuvers well in your hand. So the ergonomics are perfect when you have to do any type of design work or any type of detail work that requires a steady hand. So right now, as you can see, I'm using the corner of that blade. Whenever I'm doing details, if you notice, I hardly ever use the full blade of the clipper. Look, I'm using the corner because I'm not hitting. I'm hitting certain spots to get that fade to look together. Now, if you look right here, it looks a little bulky around that fade area, but I'll come back with my one guard and lightly feather that out. I'm saving all of that hair so that way, when it's time to get that work up top, it'll be a nice, smooth transition. Now, there's only one main subtle difference in the blades on the Wahl Magic Clip and the Vapor to me. Both great, but what I love about, I'm gonna give you both, right? What I love about the Vapor, the ends of the blade comb are sharper. The blade combs on the Wahl is more square. It's subtle detail. One is for quicker work for me, and the other gives you time to do detail work. And the Magic Clip has a squarer top, which gives you much more time to do that detail work. You can go more strokes and take off less hair at a time. So now I'm working that, remember right here is where my son's hair, his head kind of sticks out on the side. So what I do is like a reverse tiger claw method, and I pull that hair down and I pull that density off, and I'm like doing a feather debulking technique. All right, so now I'm just doing some detail work. Eventually it's time for the edge up. So y'all stay tuned. We're gonna count it. 1, 2, 3, 4. That look good to me. That looks really good. I like that. So now I gotta get him to turn his head. Debulking the edge up. Whenever you're doing any type of high top or fro, I love to pull that hair towards the eyebrows. Why are you giving the baby hairs? Well, first off, his hair is still thin. He's still growing and developing. But when you want a sharp look on the edge up, you have to lower those hairs some. So that way, because let's just say if I didn't debulk, right? Right now I'm doing razor rubber comb. Let's say I didn't debulk. When I wash his hair or do anytime he leave the shop, that edge up will disappear because I never fully got the hairs that was laying on the perimeter of his head. So now, shout out to my Gamechanger shave gel. We just dropped the shave gel, so y'all check it out. Beautiful product, works great, keeps the hair lubricated and moisturized. Right now, if you notice right here when I'm shaving, I'm stretching the skin from top and bottom. When you're using the razor, it's always best to tighten the skin. It makes it easier to glide across the surface of the scalp, and it gives a nice, sharper look with less strokes. Now, this is what y'all came for. Would y'all believe me if I told y'all before I did this, I didn't know what the heck I was gonna do? I just knew I wanted to do something creative, something difficult, and I was like, what can I do? Because I still want to change his haircut up for Christmas, so I didn't want to go too crazy because my first idea was nasty. But if y'all look at this clipper, mind you, I've had this clipper for over a year, and I get to it with these clippers. I love them. They're light, they're beautiful, and I love working with gold. This clipper is so sharp. Do you see how that hair is falling off? The blade is immaculate. And now I'm using the corner. I'm digging right into my son's hair. He has thick, beautiful hair, but do you see how sharp those lines are coming together? There's nothing worse when you have to do some detail work. Maybe not this detail, but on a fro or something, and the vibration of the clippers and the dullness of the blade makes the hair run. So now you're going over and over. Man, the strong motor does not make these clippers rattle, shake, make the blade move, and the blade is so sharp. So now look at this. I'm using the corner. I'm doing double layers. Actually, I did a triple layer with ease. I'm hitting the angles sharp, smooth. Now, to do this type of cut, really honestly, it just takes time and creativity. My son made it super easy because he was the perfect model. He didn't move much. He had his moments. He's still a kid. But when you're doing something like this, it's best to be super light. Follow your line. So when I say super light, right, like I can choke up. Look at my hands. Even though I'm grabbing it, there's no tension on my thumb, no tension on my fingertips gripping the clipper. And it's crazy. Right here, if you look, that thumb grip right in the middle comes in handy. It allows me to really control the flow of where my fingers move. Look at that. And it's funny, I'm using my index finger or my middle finger and my thumb at the same time. So, man, it's smooth. And I really want to start doing more cuts like this. Back in the day, man, I used to do these cuts all the time. I love to be creative, man. Tell me if y'all ever seen anything like this, man. If y'all want to see me do more stuff like this, I just love the artistry of a cut like this, man. It takes it back old school to the 80s, 90s, man, the black hip hop culture, man. I always thought this was dope, man. Like self-expression. I love our hair texture. I love the way we can just kind of create with it. I just love the flow. And these clippers actually amplify and magnify and allow me to amplify and magnify the way we can just style and design, man. Like whatever your brain can think of, and you have the talent and the skill and the patience, the clippers can do. So it's fire to me, man. Y'all stay tuned. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. Shout out to Walls again. Always come through with great ideas for me to do and challenge me. So until next time, I'll see y'all soon. If y'all have any questions or comments, let me know. Y'all stick around, stay tuned for the final look. Let me know what y'all think about it. 1 to 10, how y'all rate this. And man, I love my son. That's my baby, boy. Shout out to the car, man. See you soon. Love you, son. I'm about to go see you in a second. Let me know what y'all think in the comments. Like, share, and subscribe. Stay tuned for his reaction at the end, too. Are you ready to see it?
Yeah.
Let me see what you got.
But I like it.
What you think?
I like it.
Like the shapes and designs?